Howdy folks, and welcome to this interactive tutorial on how to tie the pheasant tail nymph with MyFly Tying Academy. Go ahead and pull out the kit and check out all the materials.
Like a bird on a tree.
Check out and study the example fly found in the ramekin.
I got time.
The pheasant tail nymph is one of the most popular nymph patterns for trout anglers worldwide. Originally conceived by British angler Frank Sawyer in 1958, this pattern has made its way in just about every trout angler's box. This kit allows you to tie 15 beadhead pheasant tail nymphs in sizes 14, 16, and 18. Pick out the hook size you want. Blue is size 14, orange is size 16, and yellow is size 18. And the beads are already attached. If they detach, reattach them with the small hole leading. Before you do anything, I'd strongly recommend you crimp the barb of the hook. This can be done by clamping down on it with your vice grips. Now position your vice grips so they can securely clamp your hook. Once your hook is securely clamped onto the vise, go ahead and seek out your weighted wire. It'll have a translucent red sticker on it. Pull off about a 3 to 4 inch section, depending on the hook size you're using. With your thumbnail and index finger, gently stroke the wire, smoothening out any kinks. Now begin wrapping the weighted wire onto the hook, starting at the base of the hook, and now wrap up toward the bead head. You're going to wrap towards you. Make sure to make nice, tight, touching wraps. Once about 2/3 of the hook is covered in weighted wire, go ahead and cut off any excess. Now push your weighted wire up against the bead head so it secures it. Save your weighted wire for another fly. Now go ahead and attach the arms of your bobbin onto your thread, like so. And using your bobbin threader, go ahead and pull the thread through the tube, like so. Begin wrapping the thread directly behind the wire, starting behind the hook shank and wrap down toward the base of the hook. Remember to overlap the tag end with your thread wraps. Cut off the excess tight to the hook. Now seek out your pheasant tail. It'll have the gold sticker on it. Now find 3 to 5 fibers and gently rip them off. Now measure 1 hook shank length of fibers and secure it to the base of the hook, like so. This will serve as your tail. Now go ahead and take the excess fibers and pull it over the tail. And now take a thread wrap or two. The excess will be used as your body. Now go ahead and find your copper wire. It'll have a translucent blue sticker on it. Take about a 2-inch section of copper wire, and as you did with the weighted wire, use your thumbnail and index finger to smoothen out any kinks. Now secure your copper wire to the bend of the hook, and this will serve as your ribbing. Now begin taking thread wraps up towards the eye, tapering the body. Now grip the ends of your fibers with your hackle plier tools. Begin wrapping the fibers up the shank of the hook. Once you've reached about 1/2 to 2/3 of the shank of the hook, go ahead and take your thread and secure the fibers. Now trim off any remains of the fibers. Now in the opposite direction as you wrap your fibers, wrap your copper wire. You're going to make about 3 to 4 wraps around the hook shank. Go on ahead and secure the copper wire with your thread. Now bring your bobbin tube tight to the shank of the hook and helicopter the wire off. If there's enough excess, save it for another fly. Now return to your pheasant tail feather and take off about 6 to 8 fibers. Now you're going to measure about 1/4 to 1/2 inch of the fiber from its natural point. Now secure it so that 1/2 to 1/4 inch is sitting on top of the bead head. Now find your peacock curls. They have the white sticker on them. Now take one peacock curl and cut it in half. Now you're going to take those 2 peacock curls and you're going to attach them to the hook from the point that you just cut off. Go ahead and secure those 2 points onto the hook. Now taking those 2 peacock curls, very, very gently wrap them around the hook up to the bead head. It might take a couple tries because you must be very, very gentle. Otherwise, they will rip easily. After building a nice thorax with your peacock curl, go ahead and secure it with a couple thread wraps. Now cut off any excess furl. You might be able to use it for later. Now returning to your excess pheasant tail fibers, you're going to go ahead and take them and pull them over the peacock curl, like so. Make sure 3 to 4 natural points are on each side of the hook. You're going to pull back those natural points and you're going to take a couple thread wraps over your pheasant tail fibers. That'll act as your shell. Now cut off your excess pheasant tail fibers very tight to the hook. At this point, your fly should look something like this. Now secure your fly with 3 to 4 whip finishes. If you haven't already, make sure you check out our video on how to do the whip finish and how to do the half hitch. Now cut off the excess thread tight to the hook and apply your adhesive of choice. Right now I'm using UV thin glue. Check out our UV glue combo on the website. It also includes the UV torch. Apply some UV light on your fly for about 10 to 15 seconds and your fly should be ready to go. You can also use head cement, nail hardener, or even super glue. Adding a little UV thick glue or epoxy adds a little bit of pizzazz to your shell case. And that's it. Quite possibly one of the best nymphs ever invented. Check out our website at www.myflydiybox.com for more awesome fly tying kits. Thanks again, folks, and tight lines.